and welcome everybody. Look who we have today, Drew Santiago, the mayor of Funville. How you doing, Drew?
I don't have my watermelon telephone, but I am doing great. How are you, Amanda?
Oh, I'm totally great. Thanks for asking. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you and so much fun every time it's Carnival week. So you have something special for us today, huh?
I do. I literally whipped up something based on experience with over 20 years in the industry, per se. When we're at industry events or consumer events, it is a myths versus facts webinar that I wanted to throw out to the Evolution family in order to help with any objections or help tell the story of Carnival Cruise Line today as the brand continues to grow as the world's most popular cruise line. So we'll have a little bit of fun and bust some myths today.
And also, this is great for them to market Carnival as well because they get to learn a little more about the brand. And like you said, they can go against those things that people think might be facts. But guess what? They're just myths, and we're going to bust them today.
That's the
So,
plan, right? It's all about myth busting today, and we're going to have some fun with it. And I want to apologize because I'm going to put the blame on the archers for keeping me at lunch right now. I'm actually in studio here at the media center, so we were rushed. I had to rush them out of lunch to get here slightly late, so I apologize. Thanks for sticking around for Carnival Week. We'll make it fun. We'll make it something that is worth your time. And these are always recorded too, right, Amanda? So I want to say earlier I saw you and Jose showing where some of the supplier trainings are in the Travel Cafe. So if you can't stick through the whole training or the webinar, you can always go back and review it later. Isn't that correct?
yeah, that's correct. And you'll be right at the top since you just did it today. And so that'll be perfect. So you guys can check that out, rewatch it. As well as if you guys have questions, we will, if we have time, we're going to do Q&A at the end with Drew. So make sure you stick around for that as well.
I'm all in. Let's dive in, shall we? So it's myths versus fact with Carnival Cruise Line, and we are going to do this in a MythBusters type format. I got some music there to kind of highlight the myth busting that we're going to do. So there's a few topics, or I would say a few items that I hear often. I wouldn't say often. I hear from time to time when I'm at trade shows, when I'm going office to office in the travel agency portfolios that I work with. We hear some things sometimes that could be deterrents for consumers to consider planning a vacation. And today I wanted to walk through some of those items that you may or may not hear about Carnival Cruise Line that are myths. And I wanted to bust them with some facts today. So here's some of the things that I've heard that I wanted to address with you all, Evolution Travel family, today on our webinar. So it's the myth of Carnival Cruise Line is only for young people. Carnival Cruise Line is only known as a party cruise. Carnival food is not so good. There's too many promotions. I've heard this before with travel advisors saying there's too many promotions with Carnival, I can't keep up. We're going to bust that myth. Unsupervised kids and bad press, bad media coverage. Low commissions. So I've heard also from travel advisors say, oh, we can't make money selling Carnival. Ha! I say, we're going to bust that myth. And we're going to do that starting with this first myth, and we'll put a big screen for you all to see. This myth is Carnival is only for young people. Have you heard this? Is this something that your clients or colleagues may have brought to your attention? I'd love to know, and I'll go back later and I'll look at the chat and see where all of your heads are at. But this is the myth that we've heard. Fact of the matter is Carnival Cruise Line is families, seniors, singles. There's multi-gen, there's retired, there's baby boomers. There is essentially a little bit of fun for every type of cruising lifestyle that's out there. And I know some brands might come into the media center here and say, look, we're trying to not be all things to everybody. Carnival actually nearly pulls that off. And I feel that anybody that likes to get out of their house and potentially wants to consider a vacation, there is a Carnival cruise that could fit their type of vacation lifestyle. Let me bust some of these facts with who that audience could be. That could be the couples, that vacation for two. Could be chilling with friends. And when chilling with friends, this can lead into multiple cabins, which could touch on some of our talking points for another myth that was on the board earlier. Think about the multi-gen perspective of Carnival Cruise Line. There's a big bucket of travelers right now that is getting bigger with our brand. It's called the Skip Gen travel. I don't know if you've all heard this. Skip Gen travel is grandparents taking the grandkids, not necessarily their kids, but grandparents taking their kids. Grandparents taking their grandkids and leaving their kids at home. And the great thing about this for you, the travel advisor, is the grandparents are paying for 1, 2, maybe 3 cabins all in one shot, and you're dealing with one person's transaction and getting multiple cabins. So that one's really popular with Carnival. So as I was saying, there's something for everyone on the Carnival brand. So when someone says, oh, Carnival's only for young people, that's an absolute myth. Here's some of the home ports that you'll find with Carnival Cruise Line. And I think this is what does a great job telling the story of whether you want a weekend cruise, whether you want a longer over the holiday time of year cruise, summer break. The drive market with the Carnival brand, the map tells the story. There is over 300 million residents, or citizens I should say, in North America. I shouldn't say North America, that's not true. In the United States. I'm not counting Canada in this particular topic here. So I want to say it's 330, 340 million Americans that live in the lower 48 there. 50% of those US citizens can drive to a Carnival cruise within a day's drive. So when you're thinking about selling a brand, we've all been there. If you can avoid flights, excuse me, if you can avoid TSA and checking bags at an airport, that is a great way to start a vacation because you're going to eliminate that disruption and drive to your cruise, maybe get there a day before and enjoy the home port that you're sailing from to really elevate your experience. So all of these home ports that we have on your screen make it accessible for not just the young people that the myth says, for multi-gen, for those traveling as couples, for those traveling as the fun seekers just looking for a weekend getaway. We're making it really easy for you as a travel advisor to sell the brand that is a little something for everyone. So let's talk about what's next then. We had another myth that was on the board. Let's see if we can highlight that one really quick. Ha! Known as the party cruise. Okay, let's make that big full screen so everyone can see that one. The myth is Carnival is a party cruise. I guess my question to you all in the audience would be, when did the word party become a bad word? I think the term party can be seen or heard in a negative sense. But let's face it, anytime you get away on a weekend cruise, a weekend getaway, whether it's spring break, whether you're going to Vegas, any cruise line that's doing a shorter than 5-day cruise is going to have a, I don't want to use the word party, because if this is being thrown out in a negative sense, I would call it a celebratory experience. So anything that's shorter than 5 days is a celebratory cruise. Party could be a term that's used for birthday party, graduation party, bachelorette party. Heck, out here in LA area, I've seen on our ships divorce parties. I mean, there's a niche for you. We do live in California here, at least I do. So I've seen that out there. So party's not a bad word. I think it gets a negative sense behind it because there are people that may have gone on a short cruise where people are enjoying themselves in a celebratory fashion, and they think that every voyage that is with that brand or company they're with is a party cruise. think of it as a celebratory cruise. And think of this as a fact, busting that myth. There's a ton of fun lounges. There's quiet spaces. There's amazing shows. What I love about the Carnival brand, the live entertainment. When it comes to multiple venues that have live music from jazz to string quartets to acoustic, the live entertainment you find on a Carnival ship is second to none. And I think that is exactly what that multi-gen and those that are not the so-called party are looking for. Will we have a nightclub that's open late and an audience is going to have a woohoo type of experience? Yes. But can you get yourself away from that, especially on the longer cruises? Absolutely. So from live entertainment to our adult-only Punchliner Comedy Club, where this is a comedy club that costs no additional charge, we have friendly family shows in the early evening to the late evening adult-only comedy. Another perk to the onboard experience that's open for all different types of cruising lifestyles, just like our Broadway production shows. They're called playlist productions. And when you have playlist productions as your performance on a Carnival ship, these are included in your cruise fare. They're just like what you would find in Vegas or in on Broadway. But what's great about our playlist production shows is every vocal from the performer is live. There's no voice tracks. There's no lip singing. Our performers are incredible. They're triple threats, singers, dancers, and actors. So we're really going to get you singing along and involved into the shows, which is something Carnival does really well. You have things like the Seaside Theater. Grab a first-run movie with popcorn out by the pool as you go from port to port, whether it's the Caribbean or Mexican Riviera or even Alaska. These are things you'll find on a Carnival cruise. Also, to bust that myth of, hey, it's a party cruise, we have an adult-only Serenity Retreat. Now, this is 21 and over. It's just a peaceful place to get away and take in the big blue, the gorgeous ocean that you're sailing to on your cruise vacation. Now, when it comes to some of the newer ships even, the newer ships have even more variety for your clients to look into. We've got here our XL class ships on the screen. So you've got the Mardi Gras, Carnival Celebration, and the new Jubilee out of Galveston. The variety of entertainment, the variety of dining, the variety of lifestyle that your client can find themselves and immerse themselves into on these classes of ships are incredible. Look at this as the main atrium on Carnival Celebration called Celebration Central, where you'll find game shows. You'll find a peaceful place to read a book, grab a coffee, but then we'll convert it in the evening to a show lounge where we're going to perform with our playlist productions. I love that this new space on those XL class ships have that 3-story floor-to-ceiling window when we're not having a show in that particular lounge. It's just a massive window for you to take in the beautiful scenery in the Caribbean. You've got things like the Currents location, which is one of the zones on our new ships. This one's particularly Carnival Jubilee, where we've got a new bar called Dr. Inks. If you think about that, look at the name Dr. Inks. What does that equal? It took me a while to figure that out. But Dr. Inks spells drinks, and it's a theme about the ocean and how the connection with the ocean and this ship is spread across the entire ship, creating a quiet space like this one here, where it's a multi-level zone where you can grab a cocktail, you can watch what we have LED screens changing with different themes as you're cruising the Caribbean. That's just keeping that whole myth of a party experience far, far, far away from what's fact with Carnival. This is a shot of the Golden Mermaid bar on the XL class ships, the Carnival Jubilee. This is one of the zones called Summer Landing, where you'll find a backyard bar style experience. And of course, don't let the name fool you. This zone is for all ages right here, not just for the young looking to have fun. This is the ultimate playground where on the XL class ships of Mardi Gras, Jubilee, and Celebration, you've got a roller coaster, along with a mini golf course, a splash park, a water park, a ropes course. There's a lot happening on Carnival ships that really will gear toward any cruising lifestyle that's out there. So I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap up that party cruise myth as busted as we move on to the next one here, which I don't even know where this one came from. I want to know in the audience there, who's been on a Carnival cruise in, let's say, the last 5 years? Even I'll go back 10 years. Food is not as good on Carnival. I heard this at a trade show once, and I'm going to have at the end of this presentation some ways to overcome some of these objections, if you've even heard them. That'll be helpful for you as a travel advisor, whether you're new or experienced. I want to walk through some of those after we get through this myth right here. Carnival food is not as good. Fact! Award-winning. This is still something that baffles me when I hear this. Carnival has new menus. Carnival has the most included choices of any contemporary line that I've seen out there. There are specialty dining venues, which I'll highlight in here. But we have chocolate melting cake, and I'm not sure if you've had that. Like, we're the originators of that. The on-board dining experience with Carnival is second to none. And when you consider the value you get with the brand and what we're delivering as far as an onboard dining culinary experience is unbelievable. Let me give you this fun fact. From complimentary dining to specialty dining, we have a CFO that I'm sure many of you in the audience are familiar with. The man in the middle there, Emeril Lagasse. This is not a chief culinary officer that we have brought on and we're just paying him to be a face as a marketing ploy. Emeril Lagasse is Carnival Cruise Line's chief culinary officer. He is boots on the ground, making sure that the cuisine and the onboard experience for our guests, from casual to specialty dining, from room service to specialty dining or main dining room, is on Emeril Lagasse standards. I couldn't see Emeril Lagasse putting his name and reputation on the line to be a Chef Boyardee cruising, which is something that I've heard at a trade show in the past. So, myth versus fact, is Carnival food incredible? Fact! I mean, the culinary experience is incredible. We have a partnership with Guy Fieri, Food Network Guy Fieri. Complimentary burgers you'll find poolside on the Lido deck. Pizzeria del Capitano. Throughout the day, you have the ability to grab pizza, whether it's a slice, whether it's a pizza, an entire pie. You can have pizza delivered to wherever you are on the ship using our Carnival Hub app. Variety is boundless on Carnival Cruise Line. How about this, our Sea Day brunch? Sometimes people want to sit down, order off a menu. That could be at 9 o'clock in the morning, could be at 10:30 in the morning. We do this incredible Sea Day brunch that's included in your experience on Carnival. Pig and Anchor. This is Guy Fieri's Real Deal Barbecue. There is a menu on Sea Days that's included, and then there is a premium or elevated menu that you'll find in the evening. Things like 18-hour brisket, things like trash can nachos, a Guy Fieri staple. This is another variety element on Carnival that is incredible. And I still am baffled when I hear guests or travel advisors telling me the food on Carnival is just not that good. We have Shaquille O'Neal, our chief fun officer, and his restaurants on some of our ships. It's called Big Chicken. You can even find some of their franchises throughout North America. There's one in Nevada. I've been to that one. I usually go there on the way to the airport after the EVO conference. And they're sprinkled throughout the country. But on some of the Carnival ships, you have complimentary Shaq's Big Chicken menu, and they have a breakfast menu in the morning. I mean, some of the other dining venues on select ships, like Chabang, is a Chinese-Mexican fusion. And on the XL class ships I showed you before, Carnival Celebration, Carnival Jubilee, Carnival Mardi Gras, this is a specialty dining venue that we throw in one time on those ships, and then we will charge only $8 for each additional time that you go to this particular experience. Now, these are optional venues. We're going to show you some specialty venues here in just a second. Some of these specialty venues are optional. Some of the items I just walked through were only a handful of what we offer on Carnival as far as variety goes. Oh,
that's my favorite.
I was going to say, I'd be remiss if I forgot. I almost forgot the screen to look at here. I'd be remiss if I told you, didn't talk to you about melting chocolate cake. Amanda, do you have a particular style for your melting chocolate cake?
Oh, well, someone in chat gave me an idea, and I love this. They said,
Tell me.
The chocolate lava cake, which is the chocolate melting cake,
Yes.
we didn't know what it was called. They said 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream and a side of peanut butter. Eat it all in one bite. Oh, and I would like cut some strawberries on that too. Oh,
Woo!
sounds so good.
I'm sorry to do this to you all. Thankfully, I had lunch, right, Amanda?
I'm
But
hungry.
I didn't have any of this. I had a Chinese chicken salad. So yeah,
And now you want dessert.
looking at this, yeah. I'm glad somebody put that in the chat. Thank you for that. That's one of the fan favorites is ordering the melting chocolate cake with vanilla, just like the photo, and then asking for a side of peanut butter, which you can get. But I have another way of adding on to that. I usually scoop out the center of the melting chocolate cake, and when it's nice and hot, I take that ice cream scoop and I pour it right in the middle.
Oh.
I push my ice cream or melting chocolate cake away for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I just let the ice cream melt into the lava cake, so it becomes just marinated with vanilla, and then throw the peanut butter on top.
Okay.
Next time you all are cruising on a Carnival ship, let's try some of these techniques. But I digressed here. I forgot specialty dining. There's specialty dining options like the best steakhouse at sea. This will rival any steakhouse on land. It's a $49 cover charge or a reservation fee, which is less than you'll find at, let's say, a Ruth Chris or a Hunter's or whatever the steakhouse is in your local region. This is a 4-course dining extravaganza where we will invite you in as a guest. We'll roll you out like cargo. It is a lot of food, but it's a specialty dining venue. You don't have to go here, but it's great for those specialty occasions, just like this spot here. Our ships have something called Chef's Table. This is a 7-course dining extravaganza. This varies anywhere from $100 to $150 depending on the ship, where you're going to have 7-course meal provided for 16 guests and a menu created by the executive chef that is only for the guests that have booked into that particular Chef's Table experience. You'll walk into the galley and be served an appetizer while the first dining dinner service is going on. So you'll see what it takes to operate a galley serving hundreds and thousands of dishes to cruisers while you're having a custom menu created just for you because you booked into this foodie Chef's Tables experience. I've done this with my mom on the 70th birthday when we went to Alaska. She still talks about this, and she's 77 now, so that was 7 years ago. And this is just some of the elements of a Carnival cruise. So when someone says, food just, there wasn't enough options, or it was not as good on Carnival as other brands, I don't know what the fun you are talking about. The variety and the experience is next level, especially now that we have Emerald Lagasse on board as our Chief Culinary Officer. All right, let's continue on. We're halfway done.
True, you're making the whole chat hungry. Someone said, "Are you gonna roll me out on like a dolly or like a bell cart or something after all of that?"
I guess I could say, sorry, I'm not sorry. We're just going to have to get you guys on board, which shouldn't be a problem, right? We've got those interline rates. Get on board, get on social media, start talking about the value of you, a travel advisor, and the onboard experience that's going to bust all these myths that are thrown around out there, like the one that's on the screen. Too many promotions. Now, this is solely something you would hear within the travel agency community or the trade community, where someone feels that selling the Carnival brand is a bit overwhelming because there's too many promotions. So there's the myth in red, in white, with a red screen. Carnival has too many promotions. Here's the fact. There's really only 3 different types of promotions. And I think where this myth comes from is we name our promotions all sorts of different things throughout the year, depending on seasonally what the holiday might be. It's the middle of summer. So our promotions might be not have a long shelf life, and we're constantly changing the name. So it could be maybe a confusing thing. But the fact is, Carnival has an early saver promotion, there's a monthly sale promotion, and then there's one type of qualifier promotion. And the best place for you to see it is when you're in Go CCL. This is how it's broken down. You've got on the left side of the screen there is the early saver promotion that's currently underway. This screenshot was taken in May. On the far right, you've got the May savings sale. And then you've got that middle promotion, which is a great rates free upgrade sale. So that's more of a targeted or a qualifier fare code that isn't, as you can see, as attractive as the other two. Here's a fun fact for you, and it's probably on the next slide that I have here. Yeah, I think it is. The early saver promotion is the most popular fare out there because it is the best price point, and it does get your client to commit to a deposit that is restricted. So you have a non-refundable deposit. And I'll break that out in a little bit. So there's 3 different types of promotions: early saver, monthly, or the qualifier. So I've got that screen on the right that says guest qualifiers when you're in Go CCL. There's military. Carnival moves more military, active and retired that have served our country than any other brand because of the amount of ships and the amount of home ports that we have. So we salute the men and women that have served or are currently serving this country. In fact, we do a military appreciation day on every Carnival cruise. So military rates are one of the qualifiers, and then you see there's a senior rate there. And then, of course, interline rates. This is for you, the travel advisor. Interline rates are for airline employees, hotel employees, or travel advisors like you. Essentially, if you wanted to jump on a Carnival sailing, try out the cuisine, bust some of these myths that we've heard, and get out there and tell your story. Share on social media what you do as a travel advisor. Use the interline rate there. And then you see where it says VIFP. The VIFP number is where you'll find some of those targeted offers that are specifically for your client or you, the travel advisor. That could be a casino rate or a special rate where we're throwing in Wi-Fi or spa or shore excursions or the Cheers program. So when you break it out, there's an early saver promotion, there's a monthly sale, or there's these qualifiers. The names change quite a bit, but there's really not that many promotions with Carnival. And what I love about the Go CCL feature, especially in our recent update or enhancement, when you're looking at the promotions, you can click the See Details link and it opens up all the terms and conditions. So when you're planning ahead and you have one of those rates that are out there that are early saver, yes, it might have a non-refundable deposit, but that's only if you cancel. And this is what you want as a travel advisor. You want the lower price point with the stricter terms and conditions, knowing that when that person commits to you, they're not going to just be kicking tires shopping around a cruise. They're committed to you, they're committed to booking this cruise, and of course, in the end of the day, that's going to be money in your pocket when that sailing is paid in full and you get the commission on it. So, best way to sell a Carnival cruise and make them feel confident about their purchase is booking early saver, because the restricted fare of that non-refundable deposit will get them the lowest price point, will get them per se, depending on the time of the year or what we're calling the promotion, could be an additional onboard credit. Also, it has a price protection guarantee. No other promotion has a price protection guarantee. So when you see something that says early saver, don't be scared of it. Sell that if the price point for that same category on that same ship and sailing is reduced, even after final payment, your client can get the difference of that reduction in the form of an onboard credit. So there's no other fare code out there that guarantees they are booking that particular category at the best price until the time it sails. That's why you should be selling early saver. So that was myth number 4, was it? Let's see what our number 5 was. Here's myth number 5. This is unsupervised kids and bad press. So let's make that big on the screen here. This is what I've heard at consumer events and within the travel agency industry. Let's talk about the facts. The youth programs, award-winning. We're very multi-generational. You find family fun across all 27 of the Carnival ships. And consistently, the Carnival brand, the most popular cruise line in the world, is winning awards year after year after year. In fact, tomorrow, you've heard Jose talk about it, and Robert was talking about it as well. And Reggie, when we were on yesterday with the What the Fun webinar that we did. Tomorrow, we're at the Who's Who awards dinner of the West Coast. We'll be at the Travel Age West Wave Awards, and Carnival's up for 10 awards, and one of those is Best Family. We have Best Cuisine, Best New Cruise Ship. I mean, fingers crossed, everybody, that we're going to take home some of these awards. But the fact is The youth programs that Carnival delivers are incredible because there's no charge to these. So whether you're 11 and under or a tween or a teen, there's 3 different divisions of our youth programs that the kids and families love. In fact, the hardest thing for families to get past is pulling the kids away from these onboard experiences with the youth counselors and the friends they've made on their cruise, to get them to go to dinner, or to get them to leave and go on a shore excursion with their parents. So you're going to find a comfort level and an experience level for all ages on Carnival that are going to deliver that experience for both the parents and the kids that is safe and meaningful and memorable. So we've got something that's actually called Night Owls. So this would be something where there is a charge if you chose it. Let's say the parents wanted to go out for comedy club late night or casino. From 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we have this in-camp ocean for under 11-year-olds, or under 12-year-olds, I should say, 11 and under. It's more of a slumber party type of PJ party experience where the parents can go out and enjoy the evening, and for just around $10 per child per hour, they're going to have this cool experience with the youth counselors and their friends that they've met on the cruise in the late evening, so that the family can go out and have a good time and not have to worry about the kids falling asleep or causing a commotion out on the open decks. So we offer a few different things, from the youth programs to the interactive shows. This is my brother from another mother, Mark Q, who's one of our cruise directors, currently on Venezia right now. So Family Feud Live. Whoops, I went too far. To our military appreciation. I forgot I added this into this slide. This is Kendall Fire, who's currently on our Carnival Jubilee, but this is one of the military appreciation events that we do on our Military Appreciation Day, saluting those and paying tribute and honoring the men and women that serve and have served our beautiful country. We have things like waterworks. We have things like pickleball now on the ships that you have listed here on the screen. You probably can't see them all, but there's pickleball courts now. And when it comes to variety, when it comes to making sure that the kids are looked after and the adults are having balance with the family fun elements, and the bad press, I mean, no, we're award winning. The experience on Carnival is literally fun, memorable vacations at a great value. For best cruise line for families, there it is, the 4th one down, best value for money. We got to have one here from Travel Age West, do we? There it is, best cruise line for families. Travel Age West Wave Awards. I believe we won that one last year, so maybe we'll go back to back. Hopefully we can win a Best New Ship Award. We'll see. We'll follow up with you on what awards we're taking home after tomorrow's event. But consumers pay attention to things that matter to them most. And these awards are exactly some of the accolades and elements of a Carnival cruise that you should be sharing with your clients to debunk those myths that, oh, Carnival's not a brand that I would want to do because of X or because of Y that I heard or so-and-so experienced 25 years ago. So these are elements that are going to help you sell the brand. All right, our last myth here, as I'm approaching the 40-minute mark here, so I don't want to go on too long, is low commissions. And let's put that on a big screen here. I cannot make money selling Carnival. I'm going to throw out a word here, something old school. Oh, here's one. Hogwash. I cannot make money on Carnival. How dare you? Here's the fact. From selling the specialty staterooms to selling Carnival journeys, which are our longer 9+ day sailings, you can find big money selling Carnival. And here, let me show you some of the features that you can sell into. When you think of a cruise, there's interior rooms, there's ocean view rooms, there's balcony rooms, there's suites. But then on some of the ships, some of them listed here on the screen, you have an elevated experience where if somebody wanted to celebrate a girlfriend's getaway, a birthday, honeymoon, and you wanted to elevate your experience in the spa with additional experiences, from thermal suites, the thalassotherapy pools, discounted spa treatments, free fitness classes. These are some of the elements where if you pay a premium, you're going to have more access to on your Carnival cruise. And by selling this experience, you're going to earn more money, you're going to elevate your client's experience, and it's all going to reciprocate. It's all going to come back full circle because they're going to come back happy, wanting to book another cruise with you. You're going to continue to earn more money. So here's another experience you'll find on Carnival ships, the family harbor rooms. For those kid pleasers looking to travel with the family, the names of the ships on the screen are where you'll find family harbor rooms, where you'll pay a little bit more for an exclusive lounge for families. That's key card access with snacks throughout the day, self-serve ice cream, video games, board games. It's a central hub for families to connect into. You'll find interior rooms, you'll find ocean view rooms, you'll find suites just like this that will hold families up to 5. It's got that nautical theme, and it's just a way to elevate your client's experience. This is how you're going to earn more. Upsell into the specialty accommodation of the Havana on the select ships that you see on the screen here. You have interior, you have the cabanas, just like this one here. You have balconies that face off the wake or the back of the ship. And when you're booking a Havana experience, this is perfect for those relaxed extroverts. This is where you're going to have a wristband that allows you access to an exclusive pool area or a pool and jacuzzi location on the ship that is only for the guests that have booked into this accommodation. You pay a little bit more for this exclusive experience, but you're going to earn more. And this is how you make more or bring in some more commission on selling Carnival. Also, the XL Class Suites. With XL Class Suites on our newer ships, the Mardi Gras, Jubilee, and Celebration, this is where you're going to earn a little bit more because they come with the Loft 19 experience, which is an inclusion to this suite experience where you've got your own cabana that's only for those guests that have booked into those XL Class Suites. Those journeys voyages I was talking about, longer Canada, New England sailings, Hawaii, Europe, longer sailings are going to equal more commissions. It's going to equal a higher price point. These are how you're going to deliver some of those higher commission dollars into your bank account. Did you know we're cruising to Japan? We also have canal sailings and, of course, Australia. Bucket list itineraries. Talk these over with your clients that are going to help you earn more money selling Carnival. So now that we've gone through and debunked a lot of these myths, I hope I've given you some insight to how to overcome these objections. Let's try some of these selling tips when you are out in the wild talking with your consumers or your clients. So let's say your client says something like, I'd like to sail or take a cruise somewhere, but I want anything but Carnival. You, the travel advisor, could say, I understand your concerns, but if you don't mind me asking, when was your last time on Carnival Cruise Line? Now, we hear this objection often, and 9 times out of 10, when we get asked this, their answer, or the client or the consumer's answer is, I've never sailed on Carnival, or they haven't sailed on Carnival in 10 plus years. And as we know, all brands out there continue to evolve and make their onboard experience based on what their guest feedback is. So we could say something like, I understand you have some apprehensions about Carnival, and that was a brand that has done a whole lot in the last 10, even 5 years. This cruise is going to be an amazing value, and I would not be doing my job if I did not present this to you as an option. So these are some things that you could use as overcoming the objection of, oh, I want to sail on anything but not Carnival. I know it's hard to hear or believe, but I deal with a lot of shows and consumer events that are out there. I have heard this, not so much anymore. You know, when I've been in the industry for 20 years, so over 20 years, and this is now, you know, I guess the consumer's getting used to kind of who we are as a brand. Let's go over a couple more here. Let's say the client says, Carnival's just a party cruise. I don't want to bring my family on board. Now, I said this earlier, I'll say it again. Let's be honest, any 3-day cruise on any contemporary brand is going to be a woohoo! It's a celebratory cruise experience. It's land-based too. You go to Vegas over the weekend, what do you think it's going to be? All ages, all different types of vacationers, letting their hair down, having a good time. So what you could do is say, I understand your concerns, but if you don't mind me asking, when was the last time you sailed on Carnival? This brand has been named #1 ocean cruise line for families. This brand is not what it was 5 years ago. And if it's still a concern, you could offer up, hey, consider doing a longer than 3 or 4 day cruise. Consider doing a 5, 6, 7 day cruise that are more of the comms destination driven cruises, not so much a celebratory weekend getaway. And that's where you're going to find more of what your cruising lifestyle sounds like. Would this be an option you would consider? That's something you could use in this particular situation if you're running into that with your client. I'm going to end with this. The Carnival Independent Advisor team, you may have seen me doing some webinars, and some of the team that I work with, the 4 other superstars that are on the Carnival Independent Advisor team. I'd like to invite you to scan that QR code and join our Facebook group if you're not already a part of this Facebook group. This is where you'll find ship tours, you'll find live training events and virtual training events on anything and everything Carnival. We also have our YouTube channel, and we do Tune In Tuesday webinars that are generally going to help you recharge your battery and help you sell the Carnival brand and just sell cruising in general a little bit better. So thank you for following along, and thanks for joining that group, because I feel that connecting in a community of travel advisors, just like yourself, will only help you get more creative and help you be more successful as you continue to grow your career as a travel advisor. The Facebook group has, I want to say it's over 21,000 verified travel advisors that are in this group. It's only for travel advisors, so we can talk ship, we talk SHIP, we talk ship inside this group. And you'll need to answer 3 questions that validate that you're a travel advisor. One is your GoCCL user ID or the email that you have registered with GoCCL. You need to let us know you are a travel agent, yes or no, and then you need to agree to the terms and conditions. Once you do that, we approve you, and you're in our little community. It's fun, so we invite you to join. That being said, who's ready to jump on in and start selling? I know I am. Thank you from your friend over here at Carnival Cruise Line, the mayor of Funville. I went to 45 minutes. Sorry, I went a bit long here, and we were late. So, Amanda, any questions, any feedback, any hungered people that left to go grab a melting chocolate cake? How are we feeling?
I think everyone's hungry now. But yes, thank you so much, Drew. This was so informative. We did have a question, so if you guys have questions, feel free to put those in the chat right now. One of the questions we had was, what is the age for seniors?
55. So Carnival, God, you know, this is scary now that I'm thinking about it. I'm going to be planning my half-century birthday cruise very soon. So this is scary. Oh, goodness. Thanks for reminding me. No, it's 55. On Carnival, senior rate falls under 55. So when you're in GoCCL, you can click if let's say someone's 55, you can click the 55 guest qualifier, and then early saver might pop up. If the sailing has a 55 and over promotion on it, you'll see it there. And you can compare 3 or 4 options that are on the screen in GoCCL as far as the different promos out there to see what's the best deal for your client. But to answer that question, 55.
Perfect. Next question is, what is the Carnival competition to Yacht Club or Haven Sailors?
I don't know what a yacht club is. Oh, I think I know what that is. I think I know that brand. Look, that's what's great about the cruise industry. There is different cruise brands that deliver a different experience, and that's what I think is great about this brand or about this industry, and why I've probably been in this industry for over 20 years. There's not necessarily something that would be an equivalent. There would just be a version that is fun that Carnival would do, and that's going to be our XL class suites. So if you're on a ship that has an XL class suite, because according to my information, from what I know, the little bit I know about some of those other brands, some of those that you just talked about aren't on every one of their ships. I could be wrong, but our newer ships lean toward XL class suites, which would be an elevated experience for those that are looking to maybe spend a little bit more to get a little bit more.
Perfect. And also, wouldn't you say the Havana is also pretty...
I would say Havana accommodations are one where you have an exclusive pool area. I guess I'd need to do a bit more research on what is included on those other specialty accommodations of those other brands. But I would put Havana in there as well, because you pay a bit of a premium and you get your exclusive pool area that's only open for those guests that are booked into that accommodation. So yeah, let's put Havana accommodations into that umbrella or bucket as well. Good job. Thank you for the assist, Amanda.
What's the T word?
Terrazza.
Yeah.
So Terrazza is on our Venice class ships, so like the Venezia or the Firenze. We should do a webinar on how to speak Italian. You got to learn how to say the ship's names right, because Adolfo Perez, one of my boss's 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 boss, when Adolfo Perez, we all got to say the names right, because he'll get on you about it. But the terraza is like a Havana experience, where it's the back or the aft section of the ship is literally just for those guests that booked into it. So it can be like one of those experiences that you'll find on the other brands. So XL class, Havana, and terraza for the travel advisor that asked that question. Thank you for that.
Perfect. If I have a group cruise, and if my client calls in with the code to book, would I still get my loyalty points?
Let me try and analyze that. If I have
a group cruise,
okay,
my client calls in with the code to book, would I still get loyalty points?
I feel like they're asking if they've got a VIFP offer, something that's attached to their VIFP number. Will they still get the loyal? Oh, I think I know what's happening here. So we're talking about the loyalty rewards program, where when a travel advisor makes a booking on GoCCL, and then they input that booking into their loyalty rewards account, we validate it, and then those points are banked into their account that they can use to redeem for different items, such as Travel Agent Rock shirts or gift items like gift cards. So the question is let's say someone calls in directly to Carnival as a direct, the travel agent takes over the booking, and now it's under the travel agent's profile. Will that count toward the loyalty rocks? You're not going to like my answer, but unfortunately, no. The reason for the Loyalty Rocks program is to get the travel advisor to avoid the channel of calling into the cruise line. So it's essentially we have to take away. We can give something if we take away something. So there is a cost to the Loyalty Rewards program. And in that particular situation, if it's not booked through GoCCL or any online global distribution system like an Amadeus or a Sabre Cruise Director, it's not eligible. So has to be booked through GoCCL for loyalty rewards points.
Perfect. Next question is, I'm 70 years old. I am a VIFP member and a travel agent. What can I take advantage of?
70? Is that what?
Yeah, 70 years
okay.
old. Sorry, I'm sick, so I'm stuffed up.
Are you sick? You sound great. No, so look, VIFP and Early Saver is generally going to be the best price points that are out there all the time. And this is going to because pricing is fluid. It could depend on the time of the year. It could depend on the ship. Some ships are selling better than others because they're new. So yeah, you are always going to get the best deal possible if you are booking early and if you are including your VIFP number into a sailing search, because then you'll see an early saver rate. And if you're eligible for any VIFP targeted offers, could be casino rates, could be an offer based on a region that you're living in. We have all sorts of algorithms that will deliver promotions under VIFP numbers that might work or not work for you. So early booking, and always include that VIFP number and compare what the difference is on promotions that are available to you at that time. When you're dealing with senior rates, they're not on every sailing, so you could put that 55 and over on the guest qualifier, but I really feel that the early saver rate or the VIFP rates are going to be the ones to look at.
Perfect. Okay. And then last question is, can weddings happen on the new Carnival Celebration Key?
I love this question, and this is probably the first time, probably because I whipped up this presentation. Well, I didn't whip it up. I've been working on it for a while, but it's the first time I'm rolling it out to you guys. I normally would put a Celebration Key video in my presentation, but you did put a Celebration Key video on the in the Travel Cafe, so I saw that last night. So thank you for that, Amanda and China and Nicole, whoever put that on there. So thank you.
And it was on the morning briefing.
And it was on the morning briefings. Yeah, thank you very much. So to answer that question is, there's a lot still being rolled out. So we're trickling out information on Celebration Key, such as we've only unlocked some of 4 of the 5 portals that are the different areas of the destination. And the next portal that we're opening with, as far as like what the name's going to be and what some of the experiences will be, is the adults only porthole club, which I don't have any insider info on, but I believe there could be a special events type of experience there. But I don't want to like overpromise and underdeliver. So at this time, I'm going to say I don't know details on if weddings will be offered or what they will be included or what they will include. But I would say that in the planning of Celebration Key, we have destination weddings at other ports of call. I would hope we have it at Celebration Key. So stand by. Operators will be waiting for your business if we announce something like that. So as soon as I have more, I'll let you know.
Okay, we'll take one more question.
Let's do it. I got nowhere to go except sit in traffic. My boss is probably over with Ron sitting in his office. They're probably, if they're watching this, which they're not, they're probably laughing at me, rambling on, drinking my water.
Well, the next one is, can we chat about the Be the Hero quickly? Clients are getting upgrade emails, but not on my Go CCL dashboard. Any way agents can get CC'd on these emails?
So Be the Hero is basically it's an upgrade program that the client would get a email that is generated from Carnival that gives them a link to upgrade their cruise should they choose. And sometimes it could be a different category within the meta category, so like interior to interior, or it could be ocean view to balcony. It's going to fluctuate. It's going to vary depending on time of the year, depending on the availability of the sailing. Some cruises have it. Some cruises don't even have it at all. So the client gets the email automatically. As far as how you would get the list of emails that are sent or the clients that are eligible for the Be the Hero offers, that comes to the Archer office here internally. So that's going to have to be a little sidebar or a conversation that I would suggest we talk offline with. I'm going to bring this up to Robert when I see him later. He just took off to go to another meeting, but I'm going to address this with them. The Archer office does get an Excel sheet. But I don't know if they're able to factor out who gets what on that particular promotion. So let me bring that to their attention. That's a good question.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And thank you, Drew. Thank you, all travel agents, for all your questions. And we also did a poll in chat when we were live. We said, who has cruised on Carnival? And 56% of the chat said, I have, the travel agents. 18% said they haven't, 24% said they want to, and then 2% said they wanted to learn more, which is why they stuck around in the presentation.
Thank you.
So they could learn more from you.
Well, hopefully you're going to the convention as well. We're gonna do some more fun there and some more learning experiences where I'll analyze. It'll be a much shorter scale, I think of 15, 20 minutes maybe, but we'll make it fun.
Yes, it'll be so much fun at convention. You definitely don't want to miss Drew. He always dresses up, and it's awesome. And also, you can meet him at the trade show, too.
Yeah, look, along with me and all the suppliers there, we were excited to meet you all at the convention, and we love doing this and working with you all. So we without you, it just wouldn't be fun. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for your business. Wish us luck. Fingers crossed for Carnival Cruise Line to take some awards home tomorrow at Travel Age West Wave Awards. I'll be in my black tie. And if you follow me on social media, I actually put a question out there to the followers on my Facebook page, which is Carnival Drew. I asked everybody, which jacket should I wear for tomorrow? I've got a Carnival red jacket or a Carnival blue jacket. And right now, the red jacket is getting all the hype. People say, hey, Mayor Funville should be a standout wearing a red jacket. So I'll take a photo and see what we're wearing in the black tie event tomorrow.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm excited to see. I saw that too.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably like the most popular post I put out in a while. I'm like, wow, this worked. Like everyone's really wants to chime into what they feel is going to be the fun outfit of the night. So we'll see what I choose. I got both jackets with me in the car.
And if you guys aren't already, make sure you go and follow Drew on Facebook because he does post a lot of information about Carnival and other things. So I'll just give him a follow. I'll put his tag in chat again so you guys can
Thank
check it
you.
out. Well,
Thank you.
thanks for joining us, Drew, Mayor of Funville. Thank you, everyone else, for joining us as well. Thank you, all the travel agents. I know Drew's going to go back and look at your comments because there's amazing comments in chat today. So thank you so much. And to close out, we're actually going to play the Celebration Key video, Your Key to Paradise.
Good morning.